Hey, my name is Felander, and this is my honest review of the Club Shay Shay interview with Monique. Hey, what's going on? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever place in the world you are, whatever time zone you're in. Hopefully y'all are having a great, prosperous, and productive day. You know, shout out to the villains, of course, man. It's a new day. Why not make it better than yesterday? Okay, so let's talk about this Club Shay Shay interview with Monique and Shannon Sharpe. Let's go. Firstly, let's talk about my whole perception of the interview just in general. First of all, put some respect on Monique's name. She's a living legend, an icon, and she has always been funny. She's never not been funny. This interview really opened a lot of people's eyes with the details of it all. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe for actually booking this interview with Monique, because he is on a roll with the people who he has been interviewing. Cat Williams, Kurt Franklin, so many other different people, and it gives a safe space for people to come and tell their truth, tell their story the way that they know it to be. And it was a lot to unpack. It was a lot to unpack. I don't know who's more strategic. Is it Monique? Is it Cat Williams? Is it Shannon Sharpe? Is it the Shannon Sharpe team that hosts Club Shay Shay? Like, who is in charge of the marketing? Who is the strategy supervisor? I need to know, because this is brilliant for him to have so many icons and living legends come on his show. So for those of you who do not know who Monique is, she is a prolific comedian, actor, award-winning, just entertainer who has been in the game for over 30 plus years, and she is a staple in the Black community, in our culture. She represents a lot of different things in the best way. And you know, how I see it in this particular interview, she coming at it as humbly as she can, without just saying like, I did this, did this. The facts are the facts. Monique knows how to tell a story. She's a storyteller. The way that she talks about Will Packer, wow, mind explosive. And she got receipts for that. The way she tells the story about Kevin Hart, crazy. DL Hugley, crazy. I'm invested in the story. I'm leaning closer as she tells each one of these stories, and I'm like, I can't believe it. I can believe it, but my mind is blown. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, the list goes on. She tells these stories so well that you like, wow. Monique also addresses the comparisons between her, Taraji P, Henson, Viola Davis, about the same subject matter. And she has enough accountability and acknowledgement to say, hey, it was the messenger. She was the messenger. The only thing she was doing was calling them to task. And you know, she was blackballed at some point of the industry, and it just wasn't right. It just wasn't right, and I'm so glad that she still is holding on to the story, still not changing, not wavering from what it actually was. And we love Monique in the Black community. And on the topic of Taraji P, Henson, and Viola Davis, talking about pay equality and stuff like this, it was really, really interesting for Monique to kind of understand the differences between each of them, and also feeling very proud of the way that she has approached, because she knows that change has to come at some point. And maybe you will take a hit, but you know it has to be done. You know, she talks about like during the whole blackballing era of her career, her family experienced some financial hits. And you know, that's kind of sad, because it was your own people. Like, the people who are telling these lies on you are literally your own people, who you consider your family. Black people, you know what I'm saying? Especially in America, we are all we have. You can't call somebody a liar if they got receipts. Monique let Shannon Sharpe hear the tapes of Tyler Perry's mouth. There's no accountability from Tyler Perry. There's no accountability from Oprah Winfrey based off of what we've been told in this interview. So it's like, y'all, I'm only asking y'all for accountability. Can you give it to me? Can you give it to me? And what is the compensation for all of the money that I missed? let's be honest, we're in a business, and now you have allowed me to miss over $20 million off of these span of careers from a lie. Like, make it make sense, because the math ain't mathing. It really, really baffles me that you can give her all of these accolades and all these titles and still say she's a living legend and still not want to pay her for what she feels that she's worth, what you even would consider what she's worth. Monique actually, you know, talks about Al Sharpton, Kevin Hart, D.L. Hugley, Tiffany Haddish, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey. Y'all mad at this woman for y'all doing her wrong? Like, what? Like, huh? Y'all mad at this lady because y'all did her wrong? That don't make sense to me. But also shout out to Monique for doing her research as well with the whole pay inequality regarding Oprah, because in 1978 or something like that, Oprah was on a show called The People Are Talking with her and Richard Scher. And Oprah Winfrey left that because she was not getting paid as much as him, her white male counterpart. So it just was really eye-opening to be like, now you know you went through the same stuff and now you're in a gatekeeping situation. Shout out to Monique for also recognizing all the queens of comedy, Adele Givens, Miss Laura, some more. Shout out to her for elevating her fellow women comedians in the spaces and elevating the black community. Even something like the TV show The Parkers. Pay these people their money. Pay her and Countess Vaughn their money. If the show has made $80 million after it went off air, completed its run, y'all better pay this lady her money. Pay these women their money. Come on now, what are we talking about? Also, shout out to Monique for recognizing T.S. Madison, the trans advocate, media personality, who really, I remember this interview too, who really kind of elevated Monique at a platform at a time that, you know, people were really dogging Monique out. So shout out to Monique for also handing T.S. Madison her flowers in the space. Monique also talks about her family dynamic and how much she really, really loves her husband. And I just thought it was really, really beautiful the way that they love each other, the way that they, you know, really ride for each other. She also talks about the sacrifices of, you know, having her first child. During that time she had her first child, she really had to be out here getting it and hustling for herself and her family. Sometimes, like, you really out here trying to create life, but, you know, you kind of like missing out on the care and the motherly things that parents should be giving to their kids. And, you know, it's kind of unfortunate because, you know, we kind of hold family up to a high regard, but, you know, at some point, you know, you have to kind of release. And that's the unfortunate truth of things. This interview was so eye-opening, and it allowed us to see Monique's heart. It allowed us to understand her truth just a little better, even though we've heard most of the things she said at some point. I really am thankful for Shannon Sharpe having this platform to be able to allow people the safe space for this. And I am just so thankful that we get someone who we actually love and admire in the black community to show how much they really, really love us. You know, I just think this interview was great. Monique is a legend once again. If I got to shout out to the rooftops, she's been a legend. People still watching everything that she has done over these last 30 years and still stealing from it, still taking and being inspired from it. So thank you, Monique, for showing up for yourself in this space. Wow. Wow. Kudos, Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay interview with Monique. Okay, so now I need to hear from you. Did you learn anything from this interview? Did you enjoy it? Do you think that Shannon Sharpe is in his bag with his interviews? Like, how do you feel about this particular interview with Monique? I really enjoyed it. I want you to tell me your comments and thoughts behind it. And until next time, once again, my name is Felander, and I hope you have a great day and make it better than yesterday. Until next time, see you later. Peace.